Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons with Café de Paris Butter. Hello, in my last video I made this wonderful butter here, and I promised that I would make Café de Paris butter with it, which has got a ton of ingredients in it. I won't go into it all now because there's an awful lot to explain. Recipe will be in the description below, and yeah, I think you're going to really like this one. So first thing I do here is I'm going to soften the shallots in it. Actually in this case I'm using a bit of red onion. Don't tell on me, it'll be okay. That was Madeira, which I just reduced for a minute or two. Then the brandy, another 30 seconds or so. Just gently flambe that if you feel like it. Otherwise just cook it until it goes all syrupy. All the alcohol will be gone anyway. I just like to sit and fry the stuff because I'm a boy and I like that sort of stuff. Okay, let's start chopping the rest of the ingredients. Now, if you want to save all this choppy stuff, get your food processor out and just do it all in there. But I kind of like want it to have some texture to it, some bits in it. It makes me feel a bit better. I don't know why, it just does. So, here's the butter. Beautiful butter, the best butter you've ever seen, because it's what I made in my last video. And I needed to soften it slightly, so I used the microwave, but very, very carefully, like sort of 10 seconds stop, 10 seconds stop, until it was soft. And then you can see me adding all the rest of these gazillion different ingredients in there, and I've tried to put on the screen what they are, but full recipes in the description below, so go and check it out there. That's the curry powder. I think curry powder is important in this. It really does sort of give it some extra vavavoom. And there's the Worcester sauce, not Worcester sauce. Lemon juice, bit of zest going in there. And then we've got to try to get that beaten into a nice sort of paste, and we go for as long as you feel like it. Get as smooth as you like. I've left a few little bits of texture in there because I like it like that, just like that. Now we're going to form this into a nice cylinder like so. So onto some cling film, using your spatula to sort of get it sort of even before you start rolling it up. And actually, yeah, do take a bit of time here to make sure that you don't just sort of have the cling film stuck in between the layers of it. So you can see what I'm doing there. I'm sort of trying to make sure that when we unravel this, it doesn't come apart because the cling film's stuck in between it, if that makes any sense to you. It makes sense to me, but, you know. Do I make sense to everyone else out there? Comments below. And I'm just doubling up on the cling film to make it extra safe and secure. And then twisty until it's all nice and tight and cylindrical like that, and pop that way in the fridge or the freezer, depending on how soon you want to use this, to get completely chilled. This is the steak I'm using, a nice bit of sirloin steak, and I am thoroughly coating this with salt and pepper, lots and lots of black pepper, and that was already sort of out the fridge for a while anyway. But always make sure your steak is completely at room temperature before you start cooking it, chaps. I'm excluding the ladies out there, folks I should say, because it's better that way, especially if you like it, you know, medium rare or rare. Anyway, a hot skillet. This isn't a how to cook steak video, so we'll race through this, but I like to cook it on a fat cap for a little while there to give that a chance to render. A couple of cloves of garlic, a bit of rosemary, some more unsalted butter that shop bought because I've used up all my butter. And yeah, baste it because yum, look at it, and I'm happy with that. That's only had a couple of minutes either side. It's not a very big steak, so we'll get that onto a plate to rest. And now it's the point where I'm going to put my butter on it, and I'm using a blowtorch. I couldn't be bothered to put my grill on or a broiler, but you could always just do this under there if you like, just to soften it slightly so it starts to melt. But you're going to leave that for a few minutes, to at least 10 minutes, to just soften a bit and relax. So here's me eating it. And anyway, hand you over to me for the tasting. So I guess the thing is, can you taste all those different flavours? No, not really. It's like a blend of so many flavours, it becomes unique. And, well, you know, it is rather delicious, I have to say. Just have another. Oh, it's great. And this roast white cabbage, I think I might be tempted to make a video on how I make that. It's so simple, but it's really lovely. One more final go. here on this steak with the Café de Paris butter. It's wonderful. It's absolutely delicious, and probably even more better because it was with homemade butter. Anyway, so thank you very, very much for watching Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. As always, I really appreciate you being here, and if you can interact, comment, like, subscribe, all of that, I would really, really appreciate it. And I will catch you again pretty soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.